Hi, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about something we call geocoding. And you're probably asking, what is geocoding? Well, you've seen it before, I'm sure, many times. But just to give you a formal definition of it, it's a process of finding geographic coordinates. Oftentimes they're latitude, longitude, but they can be other coordinates from things such as street addresses, zip codes, and even city names. Once you have those geographic coordinates, you can put them into a geographic information system, or GIS, and then use them in a variety of ways. So for instance, maybe you're interested in finding all the instances of disease in a particular place, or business addresses for delivery, or in the case of maybe galleries and different things like that. So what I'd like to do is just show you a little bit here. So you've probably seen this quite a bit, and Google Maps is the best example of geocoding here. So if I was to type in maps.google.com right here, I could bring myself up to the maps page, and I'm going to type in an address, 101 Oak Avenue, and then how about Redwood, and I started typing and it came up with Redwood City, California. And if I put that in, I come up to 101 Oak Avenue, Redwood, California, Redwood City, California. And that works quite well. Now let me just show you quickly here what's going on behind the scenes with the computer when we do this. So what happens is that inside the computer we have geographic data, and we have street networks. And in this case right here, the street network is made up of lines, and each line has a record in a table, in an attribute table. That line right here has a starting node and it has an ending node. And we can see from this record here that Oak Avenue, the addresses on the left side of this line start at 101 and they end at 119 from address to address. And on the right side they start at 100 and they end at 118. So when I put in the address 101 Oak Avenue, the computer first finds California, then Redwood City, then Oak Avenue, and from there it scales down the line until it finds 101, and then it places a dot, usually offset on one side of the line or the other, as you can see by this red dot right here. Now you'll notice that the red dot is not directly in front of the actual address, and that's because the computer is simply scaling along the line and may not correspond perfectly to the real world situation. Okay, so this is very useful, but what if instead of having just one address we had many addresses? Well, in that case this can be quite an onerous process here to type them in and then be able to then find the latitude longitude up above here. In this case the latitude is 37 degrees 0.4765601 minutes north, and 122.2240203 degrees west. And this could be quite a process to get these. So instead, what happens if we have hundreds, if not thousands of addresses? What would we do? Well, there's some other little programs that we can use to geocode and put these in a batch process. Here's an example right here of one small database that has artists and galleries and exhibitions. And it has other information in there, including start date and end date of these exhibitions and the addresses. So this is an example that I want to use here to show you how we could batch geocode these.